Back at it again, folks. Game 3 coming your way. Winstrike, FlyToMoon. Winner moves on to play the finals. That'll occur directly after this match concludes. The loser has to sit at home and watch. Nobody likes to do that, Liz. Except for you guys. Thanks for tuning in, watching us. Watching some Dotes. First of the season. You like it so far, Liz?
Well, after TI, it's difficult to like some tier 2 and tier 3, you know, qualifiers. But it's been fun. It's fun to see what these teams are bringing, like what they think the OP heroes of the patch are. Makes your pubs a little bit easier. Makes you like see what actually works, what doesn't. Sniper doesn't work.
No.
Not versus the OD as that last pick, right? Sometimes...
Oh my God. Again, the Crystal Maiden clock, man. I don't know about this.
They're just opening with this clock, but this time around, at least they learned. And they didn't pick the other support instantly. They just picked the clock, and Crystal Maiden now, the clock can be position 4 as well. So you don't know for sure that it's going to be offlane, like in that last game. Winstrike? Man, this is some old school Winstrike right here. They're playing with Chen, Tusk, and Lash. Chen and Lash did work very well for them in that last game. Now they get some save as well with that Tusk. Tusk is a bit harder to play since the leash changes, but there are no leashes versus you, so you don't really care about that. Sand King, Jug, Crystal Maiden, and Clock. Sand King can be your position 4 or 3. We'll see. They have a lot of maneuverability when it comes to these heroes. You can't really know for sure where they're gonna be, so I believe still though that Sand King is possibly a better offlaner right now than Clock is.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that's a sick pick. Not ideal against the Jug, but
there's a lot of sustain,
yeah,
a lot of saves, and
Own
pushing
Sand
power.
King, you get out of the cogs, you crush. I mean, poor Crystal Maiden, man. Always want to fly is once again not going to have an easy time of it. Just going to get ulted and found out.
Definitely. It could be a really good Spectre game. It depends on how well they play around her, where they put the Lash, and how well Lashra can play in the mid game. I think if you put like Lash plus Tusk on that offlane versus Jug plus Crystal Maiden,
yep, I agree.
You can win that lane easily. Jug, even with the spin, can't face the Edict, so...
Dude, nothing can face the Edict, let's be real. Such an unbelievably strong spell.
Well, we have the Beastmaster banned out.
Makes sense.
Winstrike, yeah, but if we are considering that Lash might be offlane, then it doesn't make sense. But Beast still a good ban. A lot of creeps plus Chen plus Lash, and suddenly you can't defend against that. FlyToMoon's draft again looks, I don't know, just looks awkward a little bit. And Winstrike's teams, like, it looks like they have a solid plan behind their lineup. It looks good. You know, like you see one lineup and you see the other and you instantly have a favorite. Right now, I'm definitely leaning towards Winstrike's draft.
I would agree. I think it's just easier to execute, right? Something we've harped on pretty much all week. These teams are not the most experienced. At least, you know, they've played Dota, but not together necessarily. You just don't have that... I don't know how to explain it, but you just... Dota is hard. It's so hard. And if you have one of those easy lineups where it's just about, hey, we press our buttons, doesn't really matter how, we'll win this fight. You know, that kind of, it just makes you play better too.
Their last ban is Broodmother, you know, one of those heroes that you don't want to play against and you want to make your life easier. Just ban out the Brood. Don't even worry about her being picked as that last pick. Then you can finish off your draft with some midder or offlaner, depending on where you want to put the Slash. I would pick something very active on that mid lane if the midder is their option. However, Abaddon isn't banned out, and that would be a sick pickup for them too. Then you could put Lash mid, Abaddon to combo with the Chen, Tusk, and Lash, and those 4 heroes can just dominate, wreak havoc on FlyToMoon in the mid game while Spectre is building up those necessary items for herself.
And it's last pick time. Broodmother once again banned out. I'm surprised FlyToMoon haven't tried to scoop it up earlier. It's obviously something Winstrike respect, but perhaps just not confident in it enough.
I'm surprised Abaddon is ignored in this series. Just not picked up at all. the hero is really difficult to deal with and is in a really good spot right now. Plus with Chen, perhaps even more heals from his mist coil. And the Leshrac put on mid, give him an Abaddon to stay behind him, plus Chen with some creeps and Tusk. Man, that's a pretty sick lineup right there. They would lack a little bit of damage though overall with that hero. So perhaps they need something to help with that. Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, that's...
Huh. Chen Viper. Simple. Chen Viper. Increase the regen. Go tank build.
Break
Seen
Jugs
Liquid do this.
passive.
Yep.
Break Sand King's passive.
Yep. It's pretty good.
It's a Viper though. It's pretty good, but it's a Viper.
Increased magic damage. You have a Leshrac. You got the Spectre with potentially a Radiance at some point. Very tanky. It complements the lineup, right? You now have these two incredibly durable cores with a method of dealing damage to you as you try to hit them.
How many times did you see Viper on TI? So it hasn't been picked quite a lot. And this hero overall is not in the best spot. It's a Viper. I mean, it can work definitely. And it's one of those heroes such as DK, you know, or your classic lane dominator that just pushes with Chen and the Lash. It's just nasty. You don't want to be on a lane against him. You don't want to fight him later on. It's just nasty. He creates enough space for Spectre to come online and just win on her own. So it's all about her. It's not really about the mid hero. That's why Viper is a decent pick in this game, Fox. What's the last pick for FlyToMoon though? 20 seconds remaining to find a way to counter the Viper. There are definitely heroes that can deal with him, and they opt to go with the Monkey King.
I don't know about that. Isn't that... Wait.
Yeah.
Don't you walk into Nether Toxin?
And you can Jingu.
Don't you lose your stacks as well?
Yeah. You don't lose them, but you can't make new ones, right? Or do you lose them completely? I mean, I've seen some games in which Monkey can win that lane, but very interesting. Obviously, they know something and they pick the Monkey King into the Viper. I think like if you have a good start with Monkey, you can destroy that Viper. But I'm interested. Like I want to see how this lane and this matchup pans out because Viper really isn't picked a lot. And
Dude,
maybe something changed. Maybe there's some change that happened, which we aren't aware of when it comes to this matchup, because they did pick Monkey into the Viper.
Passives? Is that still a thing?
Yeah, as much as I know. And Monkey usually is a hero that needs that passive quite a lot. The whole concept is built around those 4 stacks of Jingu.
I am shocked, absolutely shocked at what we've just witnessed. This could...
How shocked are you?
If it functions like I think it does...
Just, like, how shocked?
How do I put it? Like I stuck a fork in an outlet shock. Don't do that, by the way. It will actually shock you.
Don't do it.
I don't even know. I don't even
Don't
know.
also play Monkey versus Viper unless you learn something from Shisu in this match. The game is about to start. You lose our lovely faces as you start watching something much more beautiful, a game of Dotes. Slayer with the boots, playing that position 4 Clockwork, I believe, as the Crystal Maiden will be the 5. Good luck, non grata, Iceberg, Kuman, Lil. That's very specific. Just not...
Who did he leave out?
Who did he, yeah, Fly, I guess, right? Or no, let's see. Who did he leave out? Kuman? I don't even know who he didn't leave out right now anymore. Done. It's been a long day.
Me, no. Who did he leave out? How do we not know this?
He said Lil, non grata, right?
That's 4, 3,
Kuman,
1, Iceberg. Who's the 5 for
Iceberg?
Winstrike? Are we dumb? How do we not know this?
It's because these two teams are the same, man. Like it's basically one team. Like they've been the same team. They've just shuffled back and forth. So it's the Chen, right?
Yeah.
So is that No Fear?
Yeah, it's No Fear.
It's No Fear, right?
Duh.
So he doesn't like No Fear.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you like No Fear?
I don't know. That's a really rude thing to say.
Yeah.
Singling someone out.
Must feel bad for him.
Yeah. That's actually, it's something, the thing about Dota that's tough is like, I actually like everyone. Okay, not everyone. I like almost everyone. And you feel like, you know, if you publicly say something nice, you're like sort of saying that the other people that you love aren't as nice, but that's not what it means.
Yeah.
You just like, you had a nice thought and you wanted to share it. I believe that it's very important if you think something kind that you should just say it. Like same with compliments, you know. You like somebody's shoes, just be like, hey, nice shoes.
But you can overdo
easy.
it. You can overdo it as well, and then those words aren't as heavy, you know. You have to pace yourself a little bit.
You should always keep your words soft and sweet. In the event you have to eat them.
Very well put. FlyToMoon, 3.33 on their side, but Winstrike 1.3, so slight advantage for Winstrike when it comes to these odds, if you're a betting man. Iceberg missing a couple of last hits there, but is harassing Shisui quite well. And yeah, looks like Shisui is the one that goes up front now. Guess the deny maybe? Yeah, guess the deny on the rage creep. Iceberg didn't even try to get it. So he's forced to run. Those stacks are going on him. I guess like if you really dominate this lane somehow with Monkey King, Viper's game is just over.
But you can't. Like even if you dominate it, you can't play Dota. Like you can't get Jingu stacks playing against Viper.
Yep.
It's not a real. You're not a real hero.
Bottom lane on Grata and Lil, the lane that we have predicted and always want to fly again playing Crystal Maiden. Like when you feed so much in one game playing a hero, don't you want a different hero for yourself the next match? And he's the one drafting too. I respect this. I respect the fact that he wanted to play Crystal Maiden again. He drafted it for himself.
I think they're definitely overvaluing the clock though. It's just so weak against Chen. I don't really like it against Lesh. It just, I mean, we'll see. But I'm not a believer, that's for certain.
A support clock as well.
Yeah,
they're broken.
It takes away.
Yeah, it takes it away. It takes it away.
Yeah, it's just like it used to do.
Yeah.
I figured it had to have been changed. I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, okay, Kyle, don't double down on this because you're gonna look really stupid. It must have been changed. There's no way you'd pick Monkey King into Viper. But no, they did it.
But when you check the CS right now, Monkey is doing all right. Has 12 CS, 1 deny. Same like the Viper. Viper has a few denies more. That's definitely true, but it's not like he's dominating him on this lane. Not just yet, at least.
But it's because it's early levels, though.
Yeah.
Viper is a very weak laner.
Early on. Yeah.
You hit 6, all of a sudden Monkey King won't be able to play Dota. You farm faster, and more importantly, you can never pressure Viper. He just stands inside of the toxin.
Cloud, yeah.
Yeah.
Flo did a really good job here with the creep pull, as No Fear does try to take them away with the creeps, but Flo just turns back into him, hits him once. Oh, one range creep will be picked up by Slayer, though. He won't let it be denied.
Or will he?
Let's see, he won't. Easy 4 gold for No Fear.
Is this? No, it was going to be a kill. I'm surprised he's not just running at him with a Q. He has CM
It just doesn't deal as much damage as it used to. And Chen is just way too tanky at the moment. That's why he doesn't. Level 2 perhaps would have worked, but still a little bit too weak. Shisui got really low here on the mid lane. Identical CS between the Monkey King and the Viper.
The Jug and the Viper.
The Jug and the Viper,
They look the
actually.
same. I know, there's a lot of icons that are similar in this match.
Monkey
Arc
just
Dota?
5 CS behind. Yeah, I was certain that was Monkey, man. Because of the Arcana on the Jug, I guess. That's an Arcana, right?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah.
That I'm certain of.
Double damage on Monkey. He's trying to fight the Viper, but is unable to do so. However, Iceberg, once that cloud is gone... Oh, there's another cloud. And even with the double damage, he gets the kill. He might fall here, but, I mean, alright. He got 470 gold for that Monkey kill.
Holy crap, look at this. They're just battling. Nice snowball, and that keeps the Edict churning as well. Gets rid of most of the spin duration, too. Arc Dota in some trouble. Yeah, man,
I love the Tusk here. Like, Tusk is such a
great.
good hero versus Jug overall, and on this lane, saving non-Grata while the Edict was running, just gets them that kill, and also makes them able to reset and chase Arc Dota too.
I don't see how Winstrike could lose this game unless they have to just be terrible, and they're not. Lil in trouble, along with Nangrata. They're actually just both gonna die here, it appears, trying to get this top or bounty rune. And Lil grabs it, but they pay for it with 2 deaths. Nice movement there. 3 heroes connecting. Do they have a Spectre? It's like... well, we'll see what happens. Flo farming up the hard camp. Along with the creep wave. Quite nice for him. Definitely
he's been doing all right, yeah. On the top lane, he has a lot of CS more than his midder.
Yeah, not much you can do as a Chen Spectre to actually zone out the Sand now that he's level 5.
Always on a fly, just leaves that bounty rune. Casually. Bounty runes, who cares? Remember when they just came out and people weren't really certain if they're worth the effort, you know? You wouldn't even fight them sometimes. And then the Bulldog stream changed it all.
The runes.
The runes, you fools. The runes. Actually played in the stack when for some TI qualifiers when he was still doing that. Runes.
And almost 2 levels up is Iceberg. He's approaching level 7. Slayer finds no fear, but on top of an active shrine, so he's not going to be able to apply too much pressure. Has the urn complete.
Urn Tranquils.
Yeah.
Quite good 6 minutes in when you think about it.
I'm surprised bottom lane's not going that well for Winstrike. Nangrata is severely depleted in the net worth department, almost getting doubled up by the Jug.
Talking about that clock and his item build and what he has at 6 minutes in, he has more net worth than his mid Monkey. So that's a problem. Monkey, who is actually jungling right now. What's the point? What's the point of the Monkey if you can't lane? You last picked it into a Viper.
I don't do. We're not ever gonna find out.
Is there a reason why Monkey like?
They honestly might have forgotten. Like I can't think of a different reason. It's good against the Spectre, I suppose. Oh, Slayer.
Is it though?
Oh boy. You all said at home you wanted some tier 2 Dota. And you've certainly got it as Slayer boxes in his own Juggernaut but forces out the Leshrac. That's a sure kill gone missing.
Happens. Flo is being zapped down by the Harpy and the Stream Mud Golems, but is able to run away as he has those sticks to heal him up a little bit too. And the Helm of Iron Will with that region.
Man, Viper on Dire is just so good. You farm all 3 of those camps.
Grata.
Light speed.
Oh man. He tried. Can he snowball? He can't. He tried to separate him and the rest of them with the ice shards, but they just didn't connect on the right spot.
Dude, once he has Atos, I'm pretty sure Monkey King just starts to chain feed. And yeah, you can see him switch up the build. He went 1-0-2, realized, oh wait, that's how that works, and maxed out the leap. He needed to, otherwise there's just no way you're going to be able to farm.
A leap helps you jungle as well.
Yeah.
So. Nangrata sees Slayer. Does connect with the stun and the shards, and now he has to run into him. Iceberg is coming too, but Slayer with those cogs should be able to survive. Runs back towards the safety of his shrine, while Arcdotes just continues pushing this bottom lane. Has that Carty to work with too, so the tower should fall soon enough.
Like Viper just shows up, says, "What's up? I got this. Don't worry about it." Let's make sure they get the deny, though. That's the question.
He wants to
tank
go
the
in.
tower. Arcdota thinking about it. He does get it. Will spin TP. Well played, sir.
Always on a fly gets it actually with the right click. The Crystal Maiden. Very well played by the both of them though. Cool man. What's he up to? Midas? Soaring phases. Midas. Alright. Why not? They're creating enough space for him. Always on a fly is being chased by No Fear. He can't show himself. If he shows himself, the Harpy...
Goodness, the damage.
Oh, No Fear is dead.
Veil and level 4 Sandstorm and some significant DPS.
Always on a fly. TP's away as that Mud Golem is just AFK a little bit. Unable to find him, unable to stop him, unable to stun him.
You gotta be real careful as the Monkey King now. I don't think Viper showed.
Yeah, I think you have to be careful if you're anyone on this side of FlyToMoon.
I mean, they're not in a bad spot. They're winning the game. We're flaming a bit, but Winstrike still needs to make up some ground. But they're definitely the team playing for the late game. FlyToMoon might look to make some moves as Spectre gets jumped on. Tusk coming through. Kapow, smack. No Fear getting the last hit. Ends the killing spree.
Yeah, Cool Man just baited him in there. forced the aggression on himself, and now ports back, has the haunt to work with.
They want to get active again if they can.
They
Boundary
can.
Rune up in 5.
I believe they have a haunt here. They should use it too. With Shisui jumping in.
Oh, he's still very low. Oh my
Why
goodness.
is he so low?
Hook, Slayer, missed. Oh shit, that's Iceberg.
Iceberg is here.
Monkey
But
King
so is
can
Ark.
no longer play the game. Haunt popped.
Yeah, Ark is there though. He takes it. What happened? Spectre ported base?
He just didn't have enough time to regen. Came back a little too soon. Would have needed to hesitate a little.
Yeah,
and I
could've
just don't think
waited
they
it.
saw the Monkey King. That was a 3-man leap, full damage.
Yeah.
Can't ask for more.
Could have waited a little bit more, I guess, with the Spectre,
Yeah.
but
The one thing about the Viper, keep in mind, is that even if you are super ahead and you hard counter a
You're
Monkey
still a
King,
Viper.
You're a Viper, yeah. You don't really win the game by yourself. You can be tanky, but it's difficult to make moves.
But he doesn't have to win the game himself. He does have a Spectre on his side,
True.
so it's not one of those games in which you're like, I'm winning my lane, but I still see that I'm gonna lose eventually. Shisui going on Kuman mid, and that should be a Frostbite there too.
Always want to
With
fly.
ult
Big ulti. Oh, the stun.
instead.
Will it be enough? Oh my goodness. Langrada, even though he's just level 6, look at the damage output.
Yeah,
It's a
he's
dead
gone.
monkey. Slayer.
He is here with the Cogs. Cogs should take him down. Always on a fly. Has to be careful too. Not
Nice
to fall
stun.
to that. Yeah,
Flo is level 10. Goodness.
he's having a blast. He's actually, when it comes to net worth, he's second on the charts, just behind the Viper. Might even take him over soon. Doing really well. Has 2,000 gold on top of that whale, so he can go for the Blink Dagger after to get some initiation versus the Spectre.
Yep. It's still anybody's game.
Yeah.
2K gold, 12 minutes approaching, 9-4. Favor the
Oh,
Radiant
top lane
side.
Iceberg.
Does this
fears
really
the
want to go
Rondo.
straight into the creep army? And Iceberg is just going to pop the ulti. He's got to get out of the Wukongs if he can, though. Taking a lot of damage here. He should have ulted Arc. Instead, going to get Omni'd. Will go down. Still a
Arc.
healing ward up, so they don't need to back either.
Arc has Vaughn, so he can go in. No Fear is caught already, and he's dead. Now the next target is Lil. The battery assault is still taking him down, ticking him down as slowly but surely he will die. That's 3-0. They didn't get anything out of that engagement. The Spectre did not have an ulti to join that fight.
A big part of it's just because, yeah, as you said, the Spectre's not there. He can't be there, actually.
Yeah, but a very interesting development of this game after the laning stage. The Viper is just a little bit too eager to push that tier 1 on top lane. Gets punished by the Monkey and the Jug. Didn't really matter that he was dominating that mid so hard. Shisui top lane. Huh? I expected Iceberg to maybe try and Atos one of them, but that's 4 heroes around this top lane. And this Viper is alone again. Luckily for him, I believe we noticed Sand King running away, porting towards that mid lane. He wants to defend this tower. The epicenter is there.
He's got Veil too. Wow, blinks in. Is he just going to solo kill him? No, not quite. Gets frostbit, but Kuman still in a ton of trouble. Rocket, 100 HP.
Nongrata is there.
Nice hook. They're going to pick up a bonus kill as well, as you said. Nongrata caught in no man's land. Oh, wait. Wait.
Sand King? No.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
Clockwork dies there. Sand King isn't there to follow up with that stun. And always wanna fly. Does get the kill on the lash.
Nice blink. They're going to find this. Is this really a game for magic resist creeps? It's like, it's not bad, but
He's just walking them around every game.
Yeah.
Christian. Just wants magic resistance creeps. I mean, it is good versus the Sand King, I guess. There's a lot of damage coming from him and his whale. If you can't find anything better, I guess. But Shisui actually getting really close to that halberd. While Iceberg hasn't really gotten anything after that Atos. Still on top of the network charts with the Atos and 2 raid bands, but might die once again. The more you have, the more you can give after you die, and he does give away 250 gold to Arc, though it's Chuck.
you know, and even though I'm starting to see some of the reasoning behind the Monkey King in the sense that even though it was a rough lane, he's playing so offensively, constantly providing vision, getting these leaps. They're going to lose a hero under tower now. Oh, wow, Slayer is just... Oh, Kuman finds him. Shishwe, he's a tree, he's a hero. And he might be dead soon. In
He's
fact,
a dead
he
hero.
is. Non-Grata with the kill. 16-7. And
Good haunt used.
yeah. They don't have spin on the Jug. No TP, though. He's looking to get aggressive. No
Can
fear
he
with the
actually
Wolf
be
creep.
with the flow Sand King, he definitely can. He goes for Lil. He understood that they will go for those bounty runes, and they just set up a trap. A good one as well as Lil falls, and they take both of these bounty runes on the top lane.
Kuman gets both bottom, though. Has
And
the Midas up, going Radiance next. That's the big timing for Winstrike. If you're FlyToMoon, you got to accelerate this game state. Get some towers, most importantly. You already got 2, but it's time to think about getting aggressive map control down. You don't have any wards on the other side of the river. Flow, though, he's getting something going. He's going to pop the ultimate, and the ult right under tower. Is it going to be enough? Yes, the Veil just rendering Viper's a plus magic resist worthless. Throw him the tip.
And he finally falls behind the Sand King and the Jug when it comes to network. Overall, I think if you're playing this Viper, you're dominating the laning stage, you have to be ultra careful about how you play the post-laning stage.
It's true.
Flow
A little bit
is
of
very,
trouble.
very tanky, though.
Hook
Lil
misses.
might be the one that falls. Let's see.
And Non-Grata's coming. He's going to say, hey, oh, thanks for standing together, guys. Only gets the 1 stun, though.
Slayer, though, you don't need a stun if you have so much AoE following him around. Non-Grata gets a double kill.
This just seems like the MO for Leshrac. Rough start, show up, suddenly realize you do 1 billion damage and kill everything.
Doesn't matter what your lane is like when your skills just, they scale with levels, and that's it.
Yep. There's a big difference between XP and gold-dependent cores. Leshrac certainly needs the experience more than the gold. Just, you could be naked. As long as you stay alive for 10 seconds, you're doing a whole truckload of damage.
Even though Viper is forcing them to attack him, and he's taking a lot of aggression to go his way and away from the Spectre, I believe they should be playing around him. They could be doing better. They don't necessarily have to let that Viper die and then engage. Instead, you should make a bait on the Viper, like they're doing right now. You can see they're sending him while sticking around, but I don't know if FlyToMoon is going to take this bait. They actually are looking to smoke up and go. Shisui breaks his smoke. Non-Grata is there with the Yule separating everyone else.
Oh, this is not where you want to be if your Monkey King caught underneath the poison. He's just going to die. Always want to fly with the nice ultimate, but it's going to be interrupted by Lil. Shishui actually still staying alive somehow. Pops the ultimate, now forcing his team to fight within the Wukongs. Everybody runs away as somehow all of Radiant are still alive. Grata taken out, Viper's dead, and man, FlyToMoon, they just seem to have the damage. Way more damage from their natural ability spellcasting. Good job by Fly to get down to the low ground. Lil, that is, rather.
Lil
yeah.
almost survives there, but
What's missing?
What's missing is a Spectre. 2.6k gold in the stash Spectre, who's building towards that Radiance. You do want to fight, but you don't want to take these 5-on-5 engagements, and I believe they were hoping for the Viper to be jumped on first so that they can counter-attack, but instead it was Monkey that jumped in. It looked alright, like you called him dead even before he died. I thought he was dead as well, with the Yules, with the Atos from Viper and everything that he was sitting in. But somehow he manages to get back a little bit, pops that ulti, survives. They take down the Lash and the Viper. They finish off with the kill on Lil's Tusk. And they take a clean fight, 3-4-0, 22-9 as well. And this lineup of theirs, I guess the healing ward from the Jug really helped out in that fight. Yeah, we have to wait and see just how much this Spectre is going to be able to do. Usually if you're playing a Spectre, guys, you have to be AFK and farm. But every now and then you can use that Horn to help your teammates. If he used the Horn there, he could have killed that Monkey for sure. But he didn't have enough mana. So you have to play around your resources really well. Considering his team was setting up that fight, he should have been a little bit more careful when it comes to wasting his precious mana points on the Spectral Dagger.
This is something we saw Gambit do earlier today, right? When they were the lineup that didn't have the ability to fight in the mid-game, they just stalled, died here and there, but more importantly, they were dying on enemy sides of the map. And I think that's something Winstrike needs to look to do here. The Spectre's farming the right areas of the map. He doesn't want to get involved, but they want to stop getting caught together, clumped up in their own woods. They'd like to split up, welcome death even, get picked off here and there, but don't take these poor team fights until your spec is online. Get that Radiance up. All of a sudden, things change.
Yep. Even when you're winning against the Spectre, things can change once she gets that Radiance, though. It doesn't matter how far ahead you are, that one teamfight just switches everything around. She gets that Radiance, suddenly your supports are burning, they're running away. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're panicking. Spectre is just munching on them, so things can still change, but they need to slow it down. They can't take too many of these engagements anymore, or Jug and Monkey will have way too much by the time that Spectre has Radiance.
Oh, for sure. I'm just not... I still don't know. I still don't know if FlyToMoon will be able to hit the gas fast enough. Because they need to, like, win this game in the next 10 to 15 minutes. You just can't do anything if Spectre gets that, like, second or third item up.
Jug can be pretty scary. We'll see if he gets all the necessary items. Monkey King, like, how well will he scale? It's also a question, because he will eventually need that BKB. And that's not really an item that you truly want this early on. But you have to have it versus Nether Toxin, right? It's just so problematic to not have your passive in these games. In these fights.
Thinking about it, Winstrike. Looking to just shove out lane safely, but as you can see, they don't have map control right now. They're very conservative around the map. Looks like Maelstrom's going to be completed in a moment. On the Monkey King, he's going BKB. He's going to need it. Then he can actually get some Jingu stacks. Which
yeah, it's like Halberd, Maelstrom, BKB, right?
Yeah.
And your ulti deals so much damage with those items. It's pretty good. Arc is actually cutting the tree. He's behind that tower. He wants to perhaps attack from behind, but it's just a lot of time wasted. He goes back into the lane. And they're still not finding that Spectre. Can they step on the pedal? Can they get that gas going, like you asked before? Right now, they're not stopping the Spectre from farming and getting that Radiance.
They're killing towers, though. That's key. And then it's tough. You don't want to just go fight inside of Winstrike's jungle when you have no vision. Love the ward they have. They just saw Viper walking back under the safety of his tier 3s. Bounty runes are spawning. Slayer grabs the one up top. They're actually going to collect all 4 bounty runes on the side of FlyToMoon. Nice hook away as well. Also drags the snowball super out of position. He's going to get stunned by Flow immediately and might actually just go down. In fact, Lil will fall. That small went really fast. Unfortunately for Lil, he was caught in the avalanche.
And what a great rune to have spawn.
Right outside the Roche pit.
Right outside the Roche pit, indeed. They can take it up by Monkey or the Jug. They can go into the pit. They have to be careful, though. There's all the ultis available on the side of Winstrike.
Look at the lead, 7k all of a sudden, just thanks to the tower, the 4 bounty runes, and 1 kill.
And there's
almost doubles the
They
advantage.
have the DD on the Jug. And look at Coolman. He does not have one very important thing. That's mana.
No.
Even with that Soul Ring, he has no mana to fight. And I don't think he wants to as well, as he's not really far away from that Radiance. Like, you want to contest the Roche, but if they contested and they failed, what would we say? Why don't you wait for Radiance? It doesn't matter, right? Like, just wait for it.
Let's see here. FlyToMoon. Moving down towards the bottom half of the map. Thinking about trying to get a play going there. It's very ahead. They've got the Aegis. Ultimate's prepared. As Monkey King continues to split push up top. Really an impressive performance. That's why I'm far from Shushue. I cannot believe he's had the amount of game impact he's had against the Viper. Part of it is also just Winstrike with the inability to play offensively. As I say, Slayer's getting aggressive. He's going to get an ult off. Oh my god, yeah, he's just dead. Wow.
That's a perfect hero to kill just before he gets that Radiance. You slow him down. You also have that Aegis to work with, so yeah, you can push high ground with it, or you can take down the last remaining tier 2 and then think about the next move.
Okay, Viper has TP. I thought for a second he might not, but he will get back. But they look like they're ready to just go into the base. Monkey King has that ultimate ready. Arc Dota going to pop down the healing ward. As long as it stays alive, they should be able to siege, no problem. Nice job from Flow, too. The Battle of the Spells landed. What a double stun. Oh, my God. Where's that snowball going is the question. Oh, he's going to bring him into the center of the epicenter and the Wukong's command. Everybody's in trouble. Iceberg's going to die almost certainly. Nangrata's already fallen. Lil dies. Ultra kill for Shushue. You activated the trap card and walked right into it. All right, all right, all right.
They will lose the mid Raxes, most likely. Lefshock did buyback, but even though there are no tier 2s, they have 30 more seconds until Viper is alive, together with all the other boys. But is there a Radiance? I don't think he has Radiance ready on the
Nope.
the Spectre. But look, they're so disciplined. Like, they don't want to risk it. They understand we wasted all our ultimates. We took the side, also an ultra kill for our boy Monkey King. Let's just go back.
Yep.
And back they go. It's a really good play. Very disciplined as well from them. Koolman will be recalled as they notice that
Finally.
everyone is rotating top.
He's got the Radiance, but might be too little, too late with a little stack. Shishway beating onto the shrine. Wow. Long day, folks. Bots up on Flow with the hood to boot. He'll have a pipe finished as soon as he clears this camp.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
Yeah, right now, in this next fight, Aegis will be gone. I mean, they took it in that last fight. And Radiance will be up on the Spectre together with the Haunt. And that's why we see a 4-man rotation, 4-man smoke. On the top lane, it's only the clock. You don't really want to waste your Haunt on that, but you can get a kill. But this is a kill that doesn't get you much. Like, killing Slayer here, I mean, it's nice, but you just wasted that smoke. You gained... I mean, you did gain a little. Yeah, you gained a little bit. Yeah, you gained a little bit of map control. Your jungle is safe now for the Spectre to rotate
They
there.
just smoked under the creep wave.
They smoke again and they move in the opposite direction to try and find a better fight for that Haunt, because it's. I understand them. They need to fight right now. The
So
problem
rich.
is there's a BKB flying to the Monkey King.
Oh, but you found him. You got him. Always want to fly. He's doing a little scoot up top, but does look like he'll certainly go down. Catches the stun. Dies to non-grata.
2 smokes for 2 supports.
Yep.
That's just the worst case scenario for Winstrike.
That is what we call the do something smoke. It's guys, we're losing, we're behind, what the hell do we do? And the answer is kill some supports. And it makes you feel better, but it's fake. It's fake love. It's not actually good for you. And you can see the odds reflect that. FlyToMoon heavily favored. This is their game to lose.
And this happens when your lanes are not pushed and you smoke up. They go for the monkey, but remember, BKB is there. Instant initiation by the Sand King, and the ulti by the Monkey King makes a quick work of Lil. Now the non-grata Chen is next. Lash, let's see. Falls as well. 3 heroes for 1 Crystal Maiden. That was already dead. No one cares. Yeah, you initiate and you use the Haunt and you lose the fight so convincingly. This Radiance, like, if it came 2 minutes ago, maybe 3 minutes ago, it's all right. You can fight with it before the monkey has a BKB, and then you can perhaps win a couple of team fights. But there's a Shadow Blade on Arc. There's a BKB on Monkey. There's a Vessel and Solar Crest on this clock.
Jug is chasing. Only has the Shadow Blade. He's almost at the Silver Edge. Shishway has that BKB as well, keep in mind.
Dire's bottom shrine is under attack.
We'll see what happens. Winstrike trying desperately to survive. Down 15k, 31 to 12, 26 minutes into the game. The winner, of course, moving on to play Gambit in the grand finals directly after this game finishes. And if it's FlyToMoon, they've definitely improved as this tournament's gone on. Heavily favoring Winstrike, were most of us behind the scenes, but their performance just not been up to snuff. They'll need something special. They want to pull victory out of the jaws of defeat.
It's very interesting, though, as well, is there's a rift between these players, right? It was one same team, FlyToMoon, that turned into Winstrike just before that last year's TI, and now there's 2 teams. Some of the players didn't like the others, they separated, got some new cores here and there. They're battling it out with 2 different captains. On one side, I believe there's always on a fly, and on the other, there's no fear.
Flow. Been a hell of a game for him, along with Arc Dota, who's 6-0 and 12. Their net worth
Speaking,
demonstrates, and look at Iceberg, he's in some trouble.
yeah, we were talking about breaks the whole game, right? Specifically another Toxin, but there's 1 break from our Jug as well now, as he has that Silver Edge completed.
Flow, he's in trouble. Will probably go down here in no man's land, completely isolated.
He's all alone.
Yeah, FlyToMoon just really need to group up. They're so strong right now, but they are playing against a Spectre and a Viper who will continue to scale. You throw 1 fight against the Spectre lineup, and all of a sudden you might find yourself eliminated without a trace. Look at the map control. Like, this is the thing about Monkey King, though, and why I like it as a concept in this game. Hate it in the lane. Still don't really like the pick, but look how fast he can move, right? And that's how you have to play against heroes like Viper, Spectre, Chen. They're slow. They're not mobile, and you can abuse that pace with one of these very mobile heroes that just constantly plays effectively everywhere on the map. Iceberg in trouble. And look, Monkey King's already here.
The ulti from the Crystal Maiden and the Monkey King jumping on top of him.
The Wukong's down, though. Everybody inside of it. You got to be careful. Always want to fly. Has gone down, but that's kind of par for the course. Kuman has a Blade Mail. That doesn't do a damn thing when you get solo Omni Slash and go down. No buyback on him. Healing Ward's still active, so Slayer's going to get back to full almost immediately. They've already got the 1 racks. They might be finishing off a second. Viper does buy back. They don't know if the Spectre has one or not, but this is where you got to be careful because the buyback play. We've seen Ana do this how many times? You've died, it's a 4-on-5, but then, oh, you buy back, haunt in, and change the game. Wait, did he haunt? He did haunt already, didn't he?
He did, it seems. Yeah, it's still on cooldown, so...
So never mind. In that case,
You
why,
can't.
you can probably go push.
You can buy back, but even if you buy back, you're missing your main tool, and that's the haunt. Now, he does have that buyback to work with, and he can keep it. The Viper wasted his, just waited out.
Yep.
Rush can spawn soon, and that there's a double damage rune again in front of it. I think that's where the next big play could happen.
You're going to have a nullifier up real soon on the Monkey King, too. Man, they're not messing around, trying to end this one clean. One of the longer series we've had in the tournament. Probably one of the most evenly matched as well. Both teams making some special plays and some special mistakes. A lot of history between the players in this game, I would assume as well, Lizard. You know the scene better than me, but
Yeah,
I imagine they've all played together in some form.
definitely. I mean, they played together in this, like, in the same stack. Like, FlyToMoon was Winstrike.
Wasn't Non-Grata and Always Want to Fly a part of that
Yeah,
magical Winstrike run before they were Winstrike back at Epicenter?
yeah. When they were FlyToMoon, that's what they were. They were FlyToMoon and they went to TI like that. Then they got picked up by Winstrike. Iceberg was mid, Silent was carry. And I believe their last support was No Fear. No Fear and Always Want to Fly. I'm not so certain about the supports, but I believe it was the 2 of them. They had an amazing patch as well. Like all of the heroes really were the heroes that were most played by these players. And you know what? Like, there's a lot of teams that just depend on the patch, right?
Yeah.
You have a carry that plays 5 heroes, you know, and all those heroes are in the patch. Suddenly, your team is really strong.
Oh, Arcdoda. Oh, he's got a Silver Edge. He's going straight for the Viper. Beating into it with that DD. Ghost Scepter gets popped, but a huge stun from Flo. We'll get 2. Lil in a lot of trouble. Will die underneath the Wukongs as the Radiant squad look to get feisty.
Yeah, they did only take down Lil, and they wasted all of their ultimates, so they have to be careful now when Spectre has Haunt. Perhaps they can turn.
You know else got
No Fear?
No Fear is no man's land. He dies. Must have been caught microing.
He does have
Healing
that
Ward's still
buyback.
alive. And now it's Non-Grata's turn to wander in front. He goes down. You gotta break. Oh my goodness, this Monkey King taking so much damage. Not really able to fight either because of the Nether Toxin. Another wonderful stun by Flo. Iceberg has already bought back. He might die here. He has to stay alive. If he goes down, that could be it for them. But no, Arcdota going to switch it up, looking to go for No Fear. They've already lost 2. Flo with another great stun. This time they'll be able to finish off Iceberg, no problem. Kuman now, last core left alive. And this time, Shishue can actually get those Jingu stacks. Another stun by Flo. The
That's
spin,
a dieback.
got him, dead, wiped, 5 down, GG.
That's the end of Winstrike. And you know what? It feels good to defeat like the original stack, right? The Winstrike stack, the team that has an organization. Especially for these boys, for FlyToMoon, for Shisui that was playing Monkey King into a Viper. And this last team fight, they take down the Jug. He has Aegis, doesn't matter. They all buy back, but they just don't have enough damages. They're way too far behind. Their game plan was to create space for Spectre, but there are multiple ways of creating space. There's creating space feeding, and there's creating space pushing and just taking the aggression away from the Spectre.
I agree.
They did the first one. They were just feeding. And that Spectre did get enough space to farm that Radiance, but it came 23, 24 minutes in when the enemy team already had like 2-3 items each.
Yeah,
That's
and
too late.
they really needed to save him. Just like you need to use the code SAVE when you go to GG.Bet.com. No queues, no business hours, no rejections. GG.Bet. Also, guess what?
we have another game.
We have another series. It's time for all the marbles, folks. Gambit against FlyToMoon. We're going to have a little bit of a break. Let FlyToMoon relax. Prep for what has definitely been the best team so far in the tournament. But when we come back, it's the grand finals. The winner goes to ESL Hamburg over Halloween. The loser gets to watch. Just like you'll get to watch. Stay tuned. 10 minutes, 50 minutes from now, we'll have the grand finals starting right here. See you soon.